Oh, it's on now.
I just turned it on.
Awesome.
All right. So, like last night for me was really crazy because I was so tired, and there was so much to think about. So I was sort of curious, huh?
It was heavy, you're right.
Yeah. So the question I kind of have is, what were you thinking about all day after that?
I couldn't get my mind off of it, which I was pleased about because that's a sign of feeling good about a project, you know?
Right.
And I think I've landed on some ideas that pretty easily relate to sincerity, self-reflection. I'm kind of like going the sincerity route through the lens of self-reflection and sort of humility.
Okay. Well, how do you...
Reading my...
Yeah.
I think that's a safe read on my instructions.
Okay. Yeah, how did you feel... How did you feel about being called insincere?
Yeah, you know, that I was all, you know, in and out of that emotion today too, and didn't really mind it in the sense that I hope everybody was kind of intending it, which is more of a, you know, I'm a cynic with a sense of humor kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And sometimes that comes out in my work, you know, like, and, you know, I think Chris put it smartly where he said something like, oh, you get behind? You want to walk them for a while? Alright, we can walk them. You know, Chris said at one point, that instead of always seeking to disrupt the rules, kind of play along with the rules, while that's not entirely a sentiment about sincerity, it does kind of touch on that a little bit, again, through the lens of, like, humility.
Right.
So, I'm being like, I'm couching it in that sort of position.
Okay.
So, you want to hear, like,
yeah,
where those thoughts led me?
Yeah, I was really sort of curious, so like, you know, what kind of soup you got yourself into today thinking about this.
Yeah. So, you can lead the way, honey. That way I'll stay behind you. I'll go at your pace. So for the next few days, and then, as is the case, and then I'm going to use a variety of types of ways to communicate the following to people, including Facebook.
Okay.
Emailing, texting, and also possibly acquaintances that I meet, whether it's like a checkout person or whatever. Anyway, for the next few days, I'm going to be calling from people a 5 to 15-minute portrait of me. And they don't need to be art people, just, you know, whoever, and however they want to define portrait. And I'll be asking them to, I'll either be, if it's somebody who knows me deeply, I'll be asking them to think about their thoughts of me as a genuine or disingenuous kind of person, or what that means. I'll explain probably the outcome of the evening that we had last night and how that was the group determination was be sincere, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But for other people who don't know me, I'll just be, I can only tell you my sideline commentator this, but I think I'm going to strike a pose for people who I don't know very well.
Okay.
That is itself kind of Neptune, cynical, syrupy, sweet, sincere.
Okay.
So I'll be getting a bunch of portraits. That will be one component. I was also thinking about, like...
So it's sort of you through other people's eyes, kind of? Like, how do other people perceive you?
Both.
Is that sort of part of it?
In some instances, I'll be sitting, and then in some instances, it'll be a request for how people perceive me.
Okay.
And then these portraits, probably thrown together collage style into thrift store frames.
Okay.
Will be but one element in an overall installation. So there'll be other components, for example, a video work that I'll make where I'm doing this sincere posing, and so that'll kind of be playing as a loop. I'm thinking about sound as well, like maybe a song, like what Ben was saying. I don't know if you were there still.
Yeah.
Suggested anybody write a bunch of love songs.
Right. Yeah, I was still there.
So I could see myself either playing. I do have a couple love songs, or actually pretty sincere beats. We call them whatever that genre is that is known for overly sentimentalizing. I forget what they call it. Like
Right.
whatever that genre is. Anyway, so I haven't fleshed all that out. Right now, my head is totally in the portrait game.
Okay.
And such that I was also thinking about, to play directly into Chris's hands about, playing along with the rules rather than interrupting them. I thought about seeing if they still have police sketch artists and see if a police sketch artist would also draw my portrait.
Right.
These kind of things.
Right.
Why portraiture? Again, I just think, going back to that, like you said, how people perceive me.
Right.
What's the, and the self-reflection of it all, the looking in the mirror kind of thing.
Right. And you think this is the obstacle of getting the insincerity that your artwork or the tongue-in-cheekness of your artwork is going to get, you're going to overcome that?
Well, I would have thought that I would have been skirting in and out of that with portraits. And, for example, on the one hand, you or I am, it's creating an engagement with me and somebody else. I mentioned not just people I know, but possibly strangers. I don't know if I'll actually be able to produce that, but pull that off. But even if I don't, it's people that I know or people that I am acquaintances with. And so, and what the portrait session creates is acquaintanceship. And so that in and of itself is a sincere gesture.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. Okay.
But I'm sure, yeah, your question had suggested maybe that it was not overcoming it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I think there was some correctness in the group synopsis that, you really can't overcome your nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
There was that.
right. And, the obstacle isn't necessarily for you to overcome your nature, but to overcome the obstacle.
That's right.
So I was just sort of curious, like, how you were seeing it. Because of all the different obstacles, yours was sort of a personal one. You know what I mean?
I think later after you left, others got a little personal too.
Okay. Well, Tom, I had to leave for Tom, and
Yeah.
I know that he really needs an obstacle that's almost a box. You know what I mean? That he can't work out of?
I understood his correctly, which I don't for sure, but it seemed to be that he, for the next week, needs to live an authentic life was
Oh my gosh.
the nutshell for him. So,
Right, okay.